if I can share, if I can share one thing to all of the teenage young men out there, it would be to stop watching porn now. My name is Richard Lonsberry. I'm a professional men's coach. I help men essentially, learn how to reclaim their masculinity and attract their wives back, and take control of their lives. And a lot of these guys, they are not in control of their lives because they are not in control of themselves. They are easily triggered, they're off center, they're not grounded in anything real or healthy or strong. And they have these beliefs and these resentments towards their wives, towards women. They have these unrealistic expectations. This is no shade to them either. Like, that's why I work with them, because I love them, because I know that they're simply they have these, they're stuck in the matrix. They have these goggles on that keep them from seeing things clearly. They are lost in their pain, and they're confused about what it really means to be a man. And after studying what it really means to be a man for decades, I can tell you that the one thing that I found to be objectively true is that a mark of masculinity is self-control. It is control over your emotions, control over your actions, your thoughts, your behaviors. And one of the ways that porn hijacks your ability to be in control of yourself is we often tend to use it as a coping mechanism. Now, I was addicted to porn for 24 years now, and I'm 34 now. I just began the process of really recovering. This is like the first year of my life where it hasn't been such a prominent part of my life. And I'm very proud of that. I'm very grateful for that. And my God, when I think about what I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I lost years of my life because I would cope with the stress of life with pornography. And what it did for me is it got me to hypersexualize women, and I would live in my head most of the time, and I wouldn't really know how to speak to women. And then when I tried to, or I would engage, or I would create these stories in my head about how if you're a beautiful woman and you wouldn't talk to me, then you're evil, or you're a bad word, or you're just a thought. You're right. I would relegate, and I would minimize a whole woman I don't even know, just because of my resentments and my pain and my assumptions. And I wasn't able to really control very powerful emotions like shame, like guilt, like rejection, like fear. And so that is the one thing that I would share with you guys, is to stop watching porn now. I don't care what arguments there are for it. It's a disease, and it will train you to become dependent on something outside of yourself in order to handle the complexity of life, the stresses, the pressures, the tension. And a man's ability to feel powerful sensations in his body and not be reactive to them. Here's the thing: when you can't say no to something, it owns you. And one of the highest values of masculinity is freedom. And porn will eventually, if you watch it enough, and you begin to create these mental neural associations with it, it will become like this safe space, like this pressure release valve, like cigarettes, like alcohol, like anything that you can become addicted to. You will begin to use this as a way to cope with and deal with life. And then you'll become dependent on it. And then the effects of it long term, they're terrifying. And, you know, for all of my heterosexual, teenagers out there, eventually you're going to want to anybody basically who wants to be in relationship with anyone, honestly, right? But I'm a heterosexual male, right? I have a wife, I have kids, and I was attracted to women, and I was so disconnected from them, and I was so disconnected from my own masculinity, and I didn't really know what it meant to be a man. And I felt off and wrong. And one of the only places where I could deal with that was through masturbating to pornography. So all that to say that, when I let go of that and I learned how to feel powerful sensations in my body and not react to these emotions that I would feel engaging in the world, it returned me back to my personal power, and I was able to become stronger, become more resilient, and be able to handle more. My capacity as a man increased because I was able to feel those sensations and choose my responses. And I could say no to something that I felt like I needed. I can't tell you enough. I can't implore you enough to learn how to let go of it now, so that it doesn't own you and it doesn't hijack your ability to be emotionally intimate with yourself, with other people, with the women that you wish to connect with. You won't feel like you need to hide who you truly are, and you won't feel paranoid about is today the day where they find out that I watched this stuff online, and people are going to think that I'm gross and they're going to reject me. You won't feel so paranoid walking through life, and you will feel super confident. Everybody wants to be confident, right? Well, confidence comes from competence. It comes from knowing yourself, and it comes from trusting yourself to be able to handle life. And your ability to rely on yourself when you get triggered, when you fall down in life, when you make a mistake, when you get rejected, when you get your heart broken, and you learn how to show up for yourself. And you won't need, drugs. You won't need alcohol. You won't need pornography. You just need you. You'll walk around this life as a man that can be trusted to lead, to protect, to provide. And you'll be a virtuous example of manhood. That's my message to you, is let go of it now, before 20 years go by and you'll have to learn in your 30s and 40s how to be a man, how to be with women, how to be intimate, how to trust yourself. So while you're still young, let go of it now. Trust me on this one.